Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and in this video, I will be talking about Kevin Knox and breaking down his 2021 season for the New York Knicks. As you guys know, I have a whole series here on Knicks Media where I break down each individual player and go over their stats, go over if they have a future with the Knicks and the strengths and their weaknesses. And in this one, like I said, we'll be talking about Kevin Knox. He did not really have that much of a role on the Knicks this season, but I definitely want to give my thoughts of him as a player. If you guys are new to Knicks Media, do not forget to smash that subscribe button. And if you want to check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, that is at NYKnicks_media. And if you enjoyed the video, please do not forget to thumbs it up. With that being said, let's jump right into Kevin Knox. So Kevin Knox had a very interesting season. He got some minutes earlier on in the year due to a lot of injuries to players like Alec Burks and even Reggie Bullock, and he actually got some meaningful minutes. But then when everybody got healthy, Kevin Knox became a guy where he was situational and did not get any minutes whatsoever. He was one of those guys where he was a third stringer and he was not part of the 10-man rotation unless there were injuries. But when Kevin Knox did play well, or when he did get on the floor and did get minutes, he did some solid things. He shot the ball well from downtown, but the one problem about Kevin Knox's game, which I will be getting into, is I think he lacks a lot of confidence and lacks aggressiveness when it comes to driving to the rim. It's unfortunate because Kevin Knox has a very interesting career so far with the New York Knicks. As a rookie, he was insane. He actually won Rookie of the Month with Luka Doncic in the month of December, averaging like 17 points per game, and that's when he was starting under David Fizdale and getting a lot of big-time minutes. And a lot of Knicks fans, including myself, thought that Kevin Knox could be part of the future, part of the young core, because he showed a lot of flashes of a guy that can, shoot the ball well from downtown for a guy that's size. And then when Tom Thibodeau came around, he didn't really think that he had the right motor. He did not play defense, and obviously we know that Tom Thibodeau is all about the defensive side of the ball, and Kevin Knox did not find his rhythm so far with the Knicks this season. And I feel like a lot of Knicks fans are writing him off as a bust, and he does not really have a future on this team, and I can definitely see that. He's coming out of a very stacked NBA draft, and we're looking at it like, wow, we came out with Kevin Knox instead of guys like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and all these guys. But hey, Kevin Knox, like I said, he hit his peak. I feel like as a rookie, he's a player where I genuinely believe where if he leaves the Knicks and goes somewhere else, he will thrive. He just needs a system and somewhere to instill confidence and somebody to give him an opportunity, because I feel like the Knicks are not going to be that squad to give him the minutes in order to find his rhythm in the NBA. So let's get into his stats in 2021. He averaged 3.9 points per game, 1.5 rebounds, 0.5 assists, shot 39.2% from the field and 39.3% from downtown. So obviously his three-point percentage was very good. Earlier on in the year, he was lights out, man. Like when he did get the minutes, he was unbelievable from the corner. I feel like there was a stretch of games where he was unbelievably lights out from downtown. It was awesome to watch Kevin do that, because I was always very high on Kevin Knox. I always rooted for him. I wanted him to prove the doubters wrong. I was never one of those Kevin Knox haters. Obviously, I know that there's a lot of players we could have drafted instead of Kevin Knox that would have been better for us. But hey, I'm a very optimistic Knicks fan. I try to find the good in all these players, and obviously we know that the Kevin Knox draft pick wasn't the best pick at the time, but hey, you live and you learn. Let's get into Kevin Knox's strengths this season, what he did well. Definitely three-point shooting. Shooting just under 40% from downtown is a great percentage. 39.3%, you cannot complain. He actually did a lot of good things in terms of his hustle. I noticed that Knox had a lot of hustle plays, diving for the loose balls, saving them out of bounds. Like, that's what coaches love from young players. If they show that you're putting 110% out there, they're going to look at you and say, good job, like, we're going to give you more minutes, keep that effort, because that's something that I feel like Kevin Knox lacks at times, is a motor, like 100% effort. But this season in particular, he showed that he hustles for the loose ball. He tries on defense. Like, a weakness of his is definitely defense, but you can tell he puts in the effort, and that's really all you can ask for a guy like Kevin Knox, to put in effort on the hustle opportunities, get those loose balls. Another strength of his is catch and shoot. Whenever he was open in the corner and someone found him in rhythm, he has a very fluid, catch and shoot ability from downtown, the high arcing jump shot, and he's lights out from the three-point land, in my opinion. So those are the really only three strengths from Kevin Knox. Let's get into his weaknesses. The number one thing is definitely his confidence. I alluded to it earlier. He definitely lacks the ability to, fire up the shots. He looks a little hesitant at times. He doesn't really found his rhythm so far in the NBA. Another thing is an aggressiveness. He doesn't really have the, 110% aggressiveness, and that kind of goes with the confidence. If you're not confident, you're not aggressive, and when you're confident, you are aggressive. Like, for example, a guy like Emmanuel Quickly, as a rookie, he was confident, he was aggressive, he was not afraid of the big moment. Kevin Knox lacks that ability to, feel the confidence within you, because if you don't have confidence in your shot, they're not going to fall, and if you don't have confidence in shooting the ball, you're going to, mess up the mechanics. Your form's not going to be there. You're going to throw up air balls like he did over and over again at times. Another weakness in Kevin Knox's game is definitely defense. I like his effort on defense. I feel like he tries his best, but his lateral quickness is he just gets crossed up a lot. He doesn't really have a big frame. He's very skinny and long, so people can back him down easily. People can take him off the dribble easily, and he was just not a good defensive player, and that's why I feel like the biggest reason Tom Thibodeau did not like having Kevin Knox out there. The only time Knox was on the floor was when there was injuries, or we were getting blown out, or we're blowing them out, and he comes in late in the game. Another thing he lacks is ball handling. I noticed that Kevin Knox tries to drive to the cup and he loses the ball so much. He puts his head down. He has the ability to finish at the rim, but he just loses the ball. He's very sloppy with his ball handling, and he just turns the ball over and over again, which is definitely unfortunate for Kevin Knox. But man, these are definitely his weaknesses. Let's get into Kevin Knox's future with the Knicks. He's under contract for the Knicks this season. Is he part of the future? That's a big question mark. As we know, we are going into an offseason where are we going to trade for a superstar such as Damian Lillard? Are we going to trade for another player? Is there going to be a disgruntled star that says, I want out, and the Knicks go all in and get them? Kevin Knox is definitely going to be part of that trade scenario, I think. The one thing is, I don't know if he has that much value. Do players look at do NBA teams look at Kevin Knox as a player that they can turn around and say, hey, the Knicks didn't really give him an opportunity. I feel like we can instill confidence and he can become a good role player for us. I don't know if an NBA team can see that in Kevin Knox, but I feel like he does have that within him. I just don't think Kevin Knox has a future on the Knicks. That's what my gut tells me. I think either he walks in free agency whenever he does become a free agent, which I think is next year, or the Knicks decide to move on from him and trade him away. What do you guys think? Do you think Kevin Knox will be here on the Knicks next year, or do you think we're going to trade him away, or do you think he's going to be extended to become a long-term option for the Knicks off the bench, or even just become a situational guy that the Knicks develop over time? Let me know. He's still super young. He showed a lot of promise as a rookie, but then ever since then, he's been trending down because he's never really gotten into a rhythm. My stance on Kevin Knox is, as a rookie, he got an opportunity. He started every single game under Fizdale, and then his sophomore season, we signed a lot of veterans like Marcus Morris and Bobby Portis, and we flooded the forward position, so he didn't really get an opportunity to play, and he lost his confidence. And then in year 3, he did not play at all because we brought in a brand new system, brand new team, and he was just, a bench warmer. So it was hard to really evaluate Kevin Knox's season. I'm really curious to see what he would have done if he did get the opportunity. But yes, please let me know your thoughts down below of Kevin Knox. Do you think he has a future on the Knicks? If not, do you think we're going to trade him? Let me know down below. Like the video if you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Let's go Knicks. Peace.